welcome to GLL Grand Slam. It is going to be the showdown. We're starting things off. I'm Lee Deemer Smith. This is Hypoc. What's your surname? Robbins. Michael Robbins. There you go. I knew that. I knew that anyway. I don't know why I asked. I knew it.
Oh, that really slipped your mind from yesterday. You got my name right.
Yeah, sorry. You could just call me Lay like Parla does.
Does that mean I can call you Lay for the rest of the day?
Layla! Break into song or something.
That is karma for all the times you call me Hypoc, though.
That's actually true.
There you go.
That is true. That is true. I didn't call you that many times.
Oh, it was a fair few times.
It was probably like season 1.
It got to the point where I had to tweet you.
So you didn't tweet me. It was bloody Smithy came to your white knight to your rescue.
I'm pretty sure I tweeted you. We'll go back and have a look today.
Smithy definitely did it. He was all over it. He was all over it.
Yeah, I got one.
Looking for a team, by the way, Smithy out there. He's just looking for a team right now.
That's a big shout out.
There you go. Yeah. See? There's obviously a lot of teams watching that are going to do that. But anyway,
we digress.
Let's look at the showdown bracket that's been played out so far. It is, of course, CIS versus North America. And as you can see, the path CIS, they lost to North America 2-0 on the first day of the tournament.
Bit of an upset.
It was a bit of an upset, a bit of a whitewash as well. They actually got smashed from what I heard. So Lauren and Rich were delighted with that 2-0 and they got to finish early. But it does mean, of course, we have a rematch on our hands here, and it is the semi-finals. It's going to be a best-of-3 to start things off, and as you can see, the champions of the previous Nations Cup, Turkey, are in there. Plus, what does MENA mean? I guess that's Middle East and...
Northern Africa?
North Africa? Middle East, North Africa. We
nailed it.
We nailed it.
There you go.
Nailed it.
We probably should have known that before coming in, actually, but...
The morning effects are kicking in on me. So here's the schedule for the day. Of course, we are on to Saturday, the 20th of July right now. We're going to be starting off. This is the showdown. You can see the pre-show on there. And of course, the tournament itself will be kicking off. The grand finals of the Grand Slam will be kicking off at around about 1:30. And day 2 is the beginning of the matches, which would be, I believe it's a 4 o'clock start. Yes. It's a 3:30 for obviously the pre-show. You're not going to want us the pre-show. You want to see Parla, Toffees, and Froz giving you all the information.
We had some awesome matches yesterday.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, especially for North America. It went well for the MPL, let's put it that way.
Who would have said 4 out of 6 for
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. I mean, even if you think of it, the irony is that obviously Team Liquid remained top because it was obviously being thrown back and forward between MPL teams rather than one team dominating.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, Liquid had a fantastic day in terms of consistency, and the first game even setting a precedent with Samty and Yamty just putting in work themselves.
Good performance from the Aussies as well. Athletic up really 4th. And actually, I talked to them yesterday. They're disappointed.
I was about, do you know what? I was about
disappointed.
I was about to follow with exactly the same thing. I was in the elevator with a couple of them this morning, and they said, "Yeah, we did all right, but we didn't do as good as we wanted."
But it's actually true, like, because you think of the matches they had. You think of the first game. You know, that obviously it was a tough call. They had to come down the hill against Navi on Miramar, and it's, you know, if you no amount of smokes on Miramar can help you, frankly, because the hills are too big. The hills are too big. So, which is great for Erangel. I guess that's kind of like the downside of Miramar compared to Erangel. You got the smaller smokes in there, but yeah,
but
definitely a big upset for them.
I was going to say, massive shout out to Luke 12 as well, who was putting up insane performances in the game.
Some great performances. But of course, it's North America that are going to be facing off against the CIS, and as we say, in the MPL region, well represented yesterday. Did very, very well, and of course, we're going to be seeing quite a few of the names from the MPL playing in this showdown for North America.
Yeah, here we got some swap outs. So we got Keenan.
Basically, people are just coming out to stay up, right? Because this is
pretty much
because it's pretty late now.
It's stupid o'clock on East Coast particularly, but also obviously West Coast. So.
I mean, these guys are in the studio, so these are fine. Like Ashek and Co. Ashek, did you used to play in a team with Ashek?
I did.
A long time ago, right?
Ashek was on the original YTM Fate roster.
Yeah, it was the original.
When I joined, unfortunately parted ways with Ashek when we picked up Optic.
Who else was on there? No, Zampa wasn't, because he was in Corn Shuckers, right?
No, the original YTM Fate roster was were actually Kickstart, 17, Baha and Ashek.
Baha Waka, that's it. Baha Waka was in there. I know there was somebody else,
for the Oakland qualifiers, because obviously Kickstart was old enough to compete. So that was when I slipped into that roster. So long time since I've seen Ashek, but obviously now familiar streaming face.
Indeed, indeed.
You got a cat here.
Yeah, more familiar streamers. Very emotional about the wins yesterday, judging by the photos.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was very emotional.
Getting hyped and getting into it.
I think it was because of the missed fist bump. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh yeah, I
probably
saw that.
the highlight of Showdown so far was that missed fist bump.
She just got left hanging, didn't she?
So that's what we know. We're getting more and more closer to traditional esports, and we get those mess ups on camera.
Rory was left hanging, just left her hanging there. But I think she had focus face in the game, in the stream.
She did.
Just completely. That maybe the peripheral vision, the FOV, wasn't quite on right.
It looks bad. It looks bad.
She's just like, what? But what I love when you see that things is when people recover and they'll just do it themselves. I'm like, yeah.
Well, I think that's what it was. Kat fist bumped herself.
Yeah,
she ended up fist bumping herself. It looked fantastic.
Right, fine, I'll do it myself.
And that's it. The fear that a camera's always on you. You have to cover yourself. Nobody else has got your back.
You got to recover. Of course, they're up against the CIS region, who themselves had. What a fist bump! What a fist bump!
Yay!
There you go. See, she's on it. Good to see the camera guys are on it. Oh my word! I've just dropped, kicked a Kananako over.
Okay.
That's going to go over for some of the sound equipment. So that's a problem. Somebody will have to come up and try and clean that up for me.
We're waving. We're waving.
Yeah, we'll hopefully get that sorted out. But CIS, they're a team that don't have too many problems. Batul in there, former Na'Vi player, of course, still got his Na'Vi mouse mat. It's good to see as well. But he's got himself sorted out. By the way, he was last one to get in and set up, which is probably why he's kind of just setting up right now, because as I walked up to go live, he was only just setting his PC. So.
Was Batulin's not on the Russian rebroadcast as well?
He is actually casting, as is Mumino.
Yes.
I think both of them are commentating, so they're going to be joining. So the guys that are over, I can see to the right of us, that are casting this right now, are going to be joined by these players.
He's got shades on. He's showing us up.
Look, it's 11 AM, mate.
That's a fair point.
It's pretty early. It's pretty early, but yeah, Mumino, ex-Avantgarde player, of course, from long ago. We did see Keen was in there as well. I wonder if an Octave's going to be into the team today, because a lot of the pros that played,
we're
all
outside
back
of the promotional.
They should be back home, I think, but whether they're going to be ready to play on a Saturday 11 AM, I don't know. Makato, of course, he was the leader of the pro group, right? That was like they were the hit squad that were coming around, and with a lot of the top X pros in there with Compot and X Team, etc.
Interesting fact: he used to think I cheat.
You used to think you cheated?
Yeah. Yeah, I have many a clip from his stream.
It's always kind of like...
Many a clip from his stream of him reporting me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's kind of good and bad, right? There's Drainus, of course. Everybody knows who Drainus is.
I've probably reported several thousand times.
What, Drainus?
Drainus, easily. Easily.
He's too good looking to be a player.
He is.
He's not
He's too good looking to be that good as well.
I know, right?
That's the problem.
I remember him in... I said before, right, talking about him when he was in GLL Season 3, he was casting then, and he was just like, oh, getting the urge, because obviously that's when the league was breaking up, coming out, the news, and he's like, I want to be back playing, I want to be back playing. And then we did Minsk, and he's like, I really want to be back playing now, this is not fair, I want to be involved. But clearly just carried on as is, and we'll see how that works out for him. Hopefully someone will come and mop this up, because I've made a mess up here. I've made a mess. It's down there.
Right, we got reinforcements.
It's all right. Luckily, all the sound equipment's on trolley wheels, so it shouldn't be too bad. It's just going to be some really sticky cables that some sound guy's going to get really miffed at me about.
So the North American punctuation not looking good, but there's some scary names in there today. We've got Yaxley, Poonage, Shinboy. We've got Fozu, Matthew. We've got Resnick, who's obviously one of Ashek's regular duo partners. We've got Julie, Purdy Curty as well. The Lazarus boy, Kurt.
Cherry Poppins in there as well.
Yep.
So it's a case of who could stay up the longest.
I think they've tried to use this to their advantage. They've just said, oh yeah, loads of people can't show up, so we're going to get all these pro players in.
Well, meanwhile, oh my word, the CIS team, they have turned up to bang. They have the pros, boys. I can see Example in there. I can see Deez is in there now. I can see some of the players that were playing in Berlin for the PEL qualifiers have turned up to deliver. So we'll see how this works out. We're still waiting for a lot of the players to join. We're at 60 of 70, so we're getting there. We're not too far away. But yeah, talking about Makato's team, like, he has Kofost, X-Team, Dream for You, Trash. These guys are Alia. All these guys have played in pro teams I'd say pro. I guess semi-pro is technically the term, right? Because I don't know whether they're salaried, because you can't call them pro unless they're salaried, right?
Yes, but is it standing? It's outstanding. Standing.
Yeah, that's Unique standing.
It is.
Team Unique that won Season 3 of GLL.
Thanks for reminding me.
Sorry, just keep hitting that.
That's only the 5th time we've brought that up.
They just beat you to it.
Well, they didn't just beat us to it. We felt like we played probably the best we did at any LAN event there, and they
performed so well that event.
Still outperformed us.
Yeah, that was
by a big margin as well. It wasn't even close between first and second by the end of the last day.
No, Unique were phenomenal that event, and that was the only event they were phenomenal at. That's the sad part of it, because they hadn't actually qualified for Minsk.
Yes, and they disbanded not long after.
Yeah,
that?
because obviously they all wanted to get into the PEL teams. So it was a shame, but anyway. But yeah, I mean, we got a lot of the names that we saw from day one as well, with Sadovnik in there as well. So you know, that boy with the Mini 14 is pretty lethal. Mumino's boys has got Kamka in there from Tornado. Example, as I say, he's Tornado as well. So we got Moon in there. I don't see Keen, so maybe Keen can't be bothered to get up on a Saturday morning. I don't know. Bahur Padura. I always love that name, Paduha.
He was playing the other day with us, right?
Paduha, yeah.
I recognise some of these names. We've got iZoom as well, Offstring.
Yeah.
There's a couple of the familiar faces that aren't.
All these guys have played in the CIS GLL league that used to be running. So they've been doing very well. So it is a stacked lineup. We're actually both stacked teams, so I'm quite excited to see how this is going to play out. Oh, and Civil's just popped in there. Okay, Snackers is in there. Oh, I like it. Snakers, whatever you want to call him. I always asked him. I can never remember. But yeah, Cherry Poppins, Purdy Curdy.
This is looking stacked. If they can produce a 32-man team at this time in the morning, I'm pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, no kidding, because this is going to be what, 9 hours behind. It's LA, right? So
yes.
From here, so that's what, 2 a.m. now?
2 a.m. yeah.
2 a.m. there. If you're New York, well, yeah, enjoy, because it's like 5 a.m. and they're about to start a best of 3, which is going to move into the winner, which will be against Sadovnik. The crew love me right now, by the way.
Yeah.
Having to mop up this knockout.
The interesting thing is he's come up with one piece of
he's got a couple. It did bring up a stack of kitchen roll.
I thought he just had one piece of kitchen roll.
But it took me a while to realise that I kicked it over, and it was a pretty full can. Yeah. So apologies to the staff. But yeah.
Apologies for the delay. It looks like we're having a couple of people swap out. I don't know if this is like the Observer team or what.
Wait, so
we have full 64.
So is it Snackers or Snakers? Snakers, it is, isn't it? Snakers, yeah. So Snakers.
Everything in my willpower wanted me to say Snackers there and have you continue calling them Snackers, because I know that it would annoy him.
No, I know. I remember asking him before, and I couldn't remember what it was because it was that long ago. But with him and Poonage, where's Vegas? Where's Kickstart? Come on, boys. It's like half the team there.
Actually, yeah. You're right, yeah, we've got half of the cadets in here.
That's it.
We still obviously got Kickstart and Vegas, the other 2 from cadets, but I guess, well, they're both based West Coast, so maybe that, well, actually I say that's less of a time problem than East Coast, but here we go.
It's just a late night.
Starting up.
Well, they're young. Yeah, actually, to be
way
fair,
past their bedtime.
If they're young, it shouldn't be a problem.
Mind you, Poonage lives in Texas. he's only 3 hours south of me in Houston.
Oof.
So he's what? It's 4 a.m. for him now.
4 a.m. Are you on that computer still? He's only 16 still, right? Poonage is.
Yeah, 16.
He is, young lad. Still hasn't. Still not old enough to play in the MPL, sadly. There's rules in place, as they should be. We're going to be on Vikendi for the first game of the day. We'll see how this one plays out. We'll say CIS region get a bit of revenge. I feel, looking at the players, I feel they've stacked it up and realize they all want a piece of this because they played North America on the Friday night when a lot of these guys were in Berlin. I feel like kind of called in the reinforcements.
These headsets, I've noticed these a few times. Are these the same ones we're giving away this weekend at the event?
I don't know. I guess so.
Unless that's just a stage. I've never seen them before, so. Nice little human. Cat, sit still. Sit still, Cat.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're going to sit still. Just try and get the angle on it. We can't really see the size.
Beautiful piece of kit. Not, well, Cat too, obviously, but the headset mostly.
The rings. I was just leaving you hanging there as well. I was like, all right, where are you going with this one? Here you go. Ashek models it obviously much better.
That's a great pick, yeah.
There we go, yeah. So, all right, well, they seem to be doing all right. It's good to see that not too many people were out partying last night. I did see a few people were hitting the clubs on the Friday night here in Stockholm.
Yeah, and Andy was looking fairly pasty yesterday.
Yeah, I see.
When he showed up.
I think he rocked up like 5 minutes before it started. But did we expect anything less from Andy?
I mean, that's usually when you get Andy on his best form. To be fair.
Yeah,
when he's still got a very high blood alcohol
Like, if you think of his performance at WSOE,
yeah.
That was.
He was literally coming fresh off a blackjack table,
fresh out
walking into the studio,
into the studio, and still performed pretty damn well. I mean, it's funny how it works that way. But here we go. The match about to get underway. First one of the day. It is going to be a best of 3 to begin with for CIS versus North America, and the winner will be facing the champions of last season, which will be the Turkish team, and of course the Middle East and North Africa remain represented in there.
I hope we're right on that one.
It is Middle East and North Africa. I got it confirmed.
Okay,
it was confirmed in my ears. We guessed well.
They left me hanging then. As long as they let you know.
I thought they told you as well, but it's all right. It's all right. You guessed it. You got it right. But as you can see, we're going to be going straight over Podolster. Podolster? I'm making names up now.
Podolster.
Podfoster.
So I'm frantically looking for Podolster. That's kind of like a mix between
Lucas Podolski and something else, but he's a German footballer in case you didn't know. And very famous in Cologne. So it is going to be the CIS region in the blue, North America in red, and they are going. Ooh, Podfoster. Is that going to everyone going to be dropping there? They can see North America putting a lot of numbers in it. They want that town.
And this is the same drop that we saw from CIS on Vikendi the other day.
CIS versus Europe, right?
Yeah, they dropped to the northwest side, and that's when they made that great rotation over the north. The great transition of 30 people running across the river at the same time.
And it worked.
It worked, yeah.
Sure if that's down to Europe having problems. As was pointed out, by the way, with Europe, is there are a lot of different languages in Europe, whereas obviously with CIS in America, there is just simply one voice. Is either Ukrainian, Ukrainians, or all the regions that are represented in CIS, they all speak Russian. So it shouldn't be too many problems. It is a decent northern circle. I think everybody's kind of happy with that one because America have got good presence in the north as well.
Yeah, because last time we were sat looking at the same one, it was pretty much EU controlled 60% of this just off the drop. So
and they still messed it up.
They did, yeah.
They still messed it up. What is this North American flag, by the way? Oh, it's the little Canada thing in there, right? It's the little maple leaf Canada.
That's going to piss off so many Americans.
It's such a...
That's going to piss off so many Americans.
It should be the half-half, like the divide flag, right?
It should
yes. be the American that's off Canada split.
There is one to say that, because obviously technically Mexico is still classed as North America, not South America.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess Central America, but that's a bit sacrilegious.
Is there any Mexican players in here? I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
No. I mean, not from the names that I know, at least.
Yeah.
We do have, I'm surprised, though. I'm surprised NA have managed to pull these guys out of the cracks.
Is Zen still in MPLC?
Yes.
They are, right?
They are. They did that. I think they're one of the teams that just missed out.
Yeah, I believe so. They're one of the ones that dropped down. Everybody, who's down south? It's like a group of 8, right? That's one of the groups. So whose group is it that's down on that south side? This is to loot down there. Actually, don't see.
Who are we looking at?
I was just wondering who the IGL was for the group down the bottom there, but it...
Oh, down the bottom? I can almost guarantee that's going to be our boy Adam. That's...
Oh, Adam Zashek, is it?
No, I'm pretty sure that's Adam Dids from...
Yeah, but it should be one of the...
one of the generals, you mean?
The point is the generals are meant to be the groups, right?
I don't see a general down there. That's how it's meant to be,
because I can see Ashik's here, Cat's there. I'm trying to spot where they all are.
No, that's Miss Averiet.
Is that it?
We've actually got a prod pushing up here onto...
Little Prodigy, there's a name. There's a name I haven't seen. Lee Prodigy. Isn't it normally Lil?
It is usually Lil, yeah.
Yeah, he's just gone the II. II!
Oh!
That's a feisty push.
I'm sure we'll be posting that clip in high ground later, because that's what Pod likes to do. He'll get 1 kill in a pub and then he'll drop it into high ground.
He's an SMG. I'd be posting it as well, to be honest.
He did get turned on. He did get turned on, to be fair.
Yeah. He was looking out the window, wasn't he? But he should have heard the footsteps. Maybe pump your. Maybe you know what he needed? He needed one of those rig headsets.
He did need one of those fantastic rig headsets.
That's what it would have been fine then. We got some BRDMs, by the way. Let's get the name for that BRDM.
Okay. Are you gonna try?
Shall we go?
Are you gonna try?
Shall we? Shall we?
Because we have got a CIS team queued up here, so
I've got to pan back a little bit to get the pronunciation right. It's in this chat somewhere, isn't it? There's been a lot in this.
There's been a lot in this chat. Yeah.
This tends to fly.
You can scroll media, though, can't you?
That's
I know the wrong group. It's in the other group.
That's true. That is the PEL group.
So if you hit that, and then I'm pretty sure you group info, and you can scroll media.
You are correct. No, that's not it. That's the thing. There's a picture of you. There's an old picture of you. You know you've signed away your life doing that, right?
I mean,
Here we go. Here we go. So the BRDM is an initialize. I can't even say initialize. Initialism for Boivaya Razved Yavad Elnaya Doz Naya Machina. Well, Machina. I can get Machina.
Yeah,
I can get Machina at the end.
Yeah.
So that is the BRDM initialism. There you go. It is a combat reconnaissance patrol vehicle. The BRDM is a four-wheel amphibious vehicle, which is lightly armored by today's standards. Both versions were produced in the Soviet Union and the Eastern Bloc countries. Both versions came in an AGTM variant. What does that mean then? Do we go deeper down the rabbit hole?
Oh, no.
ATGM variant?
Oh, no. One thing I will say, though, it was it being obviously a Russian, Soviet Union, we did see the CIS team put it to great use.
They did. They
put it to great use on day one of the Showdown.
And they wrecked Europe and Andy Pyro because they ran over Andy.
I was actually talking to Andy after that, and he was screaming that the 8 people stood because there was a team of 8 of them. There was a team of 8 of them on top of that hill, and nobody was shooting the vehicle.
Hobbits. This little prodigy, see him?
No,
Supernova does. And that is a quick Car 98 pop.
We do have a couple of the, we've got Finnick and Drainies nearby. I don't know if they're going to look to reinforce this. We've actually got Moonlight.
By the way,
Moonlight and Mumino.
That's bloody impressive. That was a one-shot Car 98. What server were we on it? Because it's CIS versus NA. Are we on a European server or an NA server? I don't know.
Well, it could.
Because whatever lag, that was a bloody impressive shot. Oh dear. Oh, they see the reinforcements. But how is nobody looking at Little Project? You're in the open, buddy, with an SMG, and he still manages to get the shot of Mumino and gets away with it. Good grief. But he's in trouble. Okay, the support right where there's massive amounts of CIS players here. Moon's going to get a peek around the side. Onto Supernova. Prodigy will go down. You can see he's flushed out by Finnick as well. Supernova goes down. They've got to give up on this fight. CIS have them massively outnumbered at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, that just fell apart for, well, to be fair, Supernova and Lopology off in no man's land pretty much. We can see now some NA reinforcements coming in on the minimap, but they were never close enough to back them up. Oh, actually, later, getting another knock here with the M24.
These won't be happy with that. Going down, another big knock.
They're pushing this.
Supernova finished off. Moon's in there, but they're in the middle. No, they're in the middle of the fields. What are they thinking? They're pushing on compounds from the fields in its head. Yeah, there we go. M24 suppressed. You hear it going off. D-Rich found out by Boho Paduha. Gets him nailed down.
We've actually got Kurt and Snakers, look, making the flank up on the hill the other side. So they're obviously trying to look for angles here. You look at the minimap, it's pretty much looking like we're going to get a crash in circle 1 here.
Test is up on high, look at it. They're on the rock. Example's about to come over. Mortify thinks he's being sneaky, but there is people above him. Mortify has Drainius dead to right. Gets the spray down, doesn't go for the flush, so will be taken down by Finnick, and that's going to be a problem because now look in the hills. Test 333's up there. Did very well the other day. Example's pushing through on the back. Drainius is going to get revived. That's one of the captains getting back on their feet. And they have to back away from this one. NA can't surely take this fight on.
I mean, it looks like they are. If we look over at the map itself, look, everybody is coming towards this fight right now. Even the rest of the CIS stragglers, they're all rotating in from the west.
It's a mistake. It's a massive mistake. Look at Grag. Grag's on the flank. Okay, they might outflank themselves here. You can see Example on the rocks as well. Cat Conti's about to peek around the side. Cat, you're about to run straight into a pro player from PEL. Or, well, PLC, I should say. Cat Conti gets a good spray down. Ashak actually was the one that got the kill in the on-off streak. Tries to go for the second, will get downed and flushed, I believe. Cat Conti trying to walk away from that one or crawl away. Jody picked off, Mans gets the sound, but now here comes the pros. They're all coming around the side. This is not looking good for North America.
Not at all, no. This front line is falling apart for NA right now. They're trying to send in reinforcements, so I don't think they can get up the hill fast enough. CIS have just spread along this rock formation.
And that's the thing, that they're all running uphill. It's literally an uphill battle. Example's been down on the side. He's kind of went a little overzealous and gets taken down. NA have now a ridge line to actually cover themselves, but you can see CIS hold the hills, and there is not a lot of cover. Hello, there's shots coming from the left here. Yeah, look at this.
This is the rest of the CIS stack.
Sadovnik and co on the hillside. That's Makato's boys, isn't it? That's all over. Oh my God, it is Kofos, X-Team, Compot. This is going to be a disaster for NA.
Well, we do actually have an NA flank coming in from the south.
Mumino just got shot by Kistic.
I thought I read that wrong, but...
It's like we got the flank covered. Oh. Oh. Okay, Putty Cuddy. Let's see what. Just show us what you can do. SKS is going to eye on one. Going off. No! DP straight on him, and that was actually the man he was shooting. Mini 14 coming back on him. Headshot comes out. Julie's down as well. Roth's going to try and get the revive on Putty Cuddy, but there's grenades coming from Gamco up close.
Here we go. This is Avery now moving in with I guess a SEAL Team 6 with a big old flank from the south. They need to get involved in the fight though, because we're already down to 29 to 23 in the favour of CIS right now.
I assume Adam, is that Dignitas Adam? Former Dignitas Adam?
I think it is, yeah.
From
Lazarus.
Lazarus, yes. Of course. Lazarus now, yeah.
I assume so.
Oh dear, look at the kill feed. Oh dear, this is not going well. Not going well at all. They're down low. It's literally an uphill battle for the North Americans. Yaxley does well. Gets himself a quick double, pushing on the hillside. You can see him in the distance there. Snakers gets involved as well, gets Mans down. This is going well on the right-hand side suddenly, but Faultless, he's got himself the flank, tries to get a peek around there. You can see though the CIS, 29 to 15 is not going well. That's a big double nade from iZoom on his own teammates and himself.
Yaxley finally getting shut down. He just went on a little rampage there. He's got like 4 or 5 knocks over on this side.
But now he's dead. As is Adam, as is Eshek. There is a few still remaining, but not many, as you can see. 20 kills for the CIS. That's 20 North American players down. Well, maybe a couple of CIS players down in there with it, because I've seen quite a few team kills coming in this time around.
I feel like it's not even NA getting the kills on CIS. The CIS kind of ripping themselves apart.
Well, they managed to get into these compounds, so it is going to be a short-lived last stand. The hillside battle is still continuing, but you can see Avori's on a run. She's trying to get out of there. She's been hunted down. Uncivil's still alive somewhere. He's doing what he can. He's in that little cluster in the little compound trying to keep himself alive. Detroit's going down, and Uncivils gets another. It's a last stand from Uncivils. He's doing what he can. 22 versus 6. Oh, Makato's about to stop. This is going to be a...
Avery.
This is streamer on streamer. Look at Elias just holding the angle. Makato's like, all right, let's do it. And like, oh, got ya. Job done. Oh, and here's Kisik pushing in. Shinboy down, Mystery round the corner. Grenades coming through. Outstanding with the double. That's Uncivil down, and that is North America in the pan. It's going to be a 21 to 0, I think. The last man standing is Mini.
Wow.
No, he's still there. He's still not dead yet. He's not in 3 picks. Now he's gone. Now he's gone. Now he's gone. We finished a little early there, but Drainus on screen. 21 to 0, a dominant performance from the CIS region for game number 1. We said they turned up to deliver this time, didn't we? And you could tell by looking at the player listing, they absolutely had it. Maybe North America's just thinking, you know, it's late at night. I don't want to play another BO3 after this.
I mean, that's the same as the CIS we saw on the first day, though. They were grouped up. As soon as the fight kicked off, everybody from CIS came to the same spot on the map, and then from there it was just a complete shutdown.
And to be honest, we could tell obviously from the map. We have the hindsight, massive hindsight. The fact is, from the beginning, it was a fight they couldn't win. It was Lil Prodigy and Supernova that began things. They did get themselves a couple of knocks to begin with, but it forced the rest of NA to come to the rescue, and it was a position that was just unattainable.
Yeah.
So there should have been a voice somewhere saying, we can't fight here.
Yeah. I mean, and as well, it was first circle. Maybe there was an agreement pre-game where we're just going to take the fight. Because last time, obviously, we saw some slower games. This was way quicker than what we used to.
Some positioning, something, but yeah, they all just piled in onto that compound. The center point Didn't work out well for them, did it? So, CIS. It's only a best of 3. There's only one more map, possibly.
They're biting back.
Yes. On the comeback. I feel that they've kind of called in the reinforcements for this one.
They went away, did some solid rod review, and they've come back in today ready. Because we can all agree that they've been scrimming.
Well, we saw it when they played Europe. They were clearly way more organized than Europe was, which not too surprised about. But anyway, it's a big performance from the CIS boys in game 1. We'll see what they can do in the second round after the break.
Either way, if I beat it, still bloody. I don't like moves that are fun, so please don't go out like a clown. Please don't act like you're above me. Then I won't lay you down. Then I won't lay you out. Make me go on like a boxer. This curse ain't a gift, but that man's getting boxed up. All blessed if you mind yours. Only want a bird that soars. Every effect has a cause. Know when it rains, it pours. Man one push out the chest. Pride make a dumb man flex. But take time to get test. You don't wanna make man vex. 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 Make man deflate the chest. You don't wanna make man vex. You don't wanna make man vex. You don't wanna make man vex. Make man deflate the chest. More time I'm calm, you don't wanna get me angry. Got a tool for the man who's screwed, don't make it come in handy. Everyone want be by the beach now, reach where the sun and the sandy. But those who can't, they get hurt, then hate, then go on like a pansy. And that's cool, but I stay over there, window to the wall, yeah, way over there. Cause my guys don't play over here, make a man say touche over here. And it start getting wet over stairs, and that's not about a female set over glares. You break down what the beef's about, my guys will be like, who cares? Cause we don't deal with the talk thing, less it's money you're talking. And I ain't on about no phone bill, plus we're more about walking. Still can't stand man walking, man know that we're also flying. Still ain't trying to catch no bird, all off catching an eye. All blessed if you mind yours. Only want a bird that soars. Every effect has a cause. Know when it rains, it pours. Man one push out the chest. Pride make a dumb man flex. But take time to get test. You don't wanna make man vex. 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 Make man deflate the chest. You don't wanna make man vex. You don't wanna make man vex. You don't wanna make man vex. Make man deflate the chest.
It's battling a man, a fight to the finish. We can war it to the end if you like, cause you and them see that time's not a thing here when you've been blessed and born to the life. See me, I got a sample of the plan on a 4K image. You can see me spitting bars on the mic. I always go hard, so you better go home, cause I heard you saying that I'm wrong when I'm right. See the flash of the light, see the ding of the bell, for the breath from the gun and I'm gone. You best believe that I know where I'm from. See the man, them already know that it's on. We all know the hard work pays off. Everybody stays on. No one on my team is ever thinking of the days off. I do it when God willing. Furthermore, I want the whole team chilling. It's the graph that they don't see. I know that I won't be here to be sad at the end. That we can do it for real right here, no pretending. When I'm kicking the ball like Beckham is bending. Whatever the weather, I keep it together. I keep getting better, and nobody on this planet can tell me otherwise. Open up your eyes, you better recognize. I'll be set on the stage, ready to go. The way that I know you don't know me, I'm the winner. Expert in the game, can't mean I'm no beginner. I'm a win. I'll be set on the stage, ready to go. The way that I know you don't know me, I'm the winner. Expert in the game, can't mean I'm no beginner. Let's begin. I said I got the move right, and now I'm ready for battling. You wanna just tell me I'm not, but I'm having it. But I'm staying on side with the ball. Now I'm traveling, gets weak at the knees, and I see so I'm flattening, getting boxed in the face, and I'm moving, I'm jabbing him. Toe to toe, we can go, cause it's happening. We can go to the floor in the war, I'll be grappling. I know what the gamble is, believe I'ma handle this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the GLL Grand Slam Showdown. It is the CIS up against North America, and CIS take the first game in convincing style, 21-0. I can tell you, Hypoc obviously joining me for this one, it wasn't a pre-arranged fight, it was just a bad call. Ashek's words right there. It was just a bad call. Somebody engaged too early, and it was a bad call to just reinforce.
I'm not going to call him out, but this is very typical of Little Prodigy.
Hey, he got 2 kills to begin
with the SMG from distance as well.
Yeah, that was a big call out. But we're moving on to the more greener plains of Erangel, so I think everyone's going to be happy. But it is a pretty harsh plain over to the western side of the map, and we'll see who decides to take what where. That's quite a few people coming out already. Yeah. I think they were maybe thinking Sosnovka, but it looks like America are going to claim Sosnovka, which means we're going to see Makato's boys going Primorsk again. Remember, this was the same against Europe.
It was indeed.
So pre-arranged drops.
I mean, I don't want to keep coming back into saying it, but they've rehearsed this.
I feel like they've rehearsed. They're more practiced, definitely. There's none about it. So it's going to be the western side for the CIS region, North America, going over the lion's share. I don't think there's enough loot, boys, for around about 20 people in that little space. Okay, they are going to drop a squad into Pachinki. Looks like Rozhok is about to get overwhelmed.
Yeah, school and apps as well.
If you've ever dropped with 2 squads in Rozhok, there's not enough loot. You're just like, guys, there's nothing here.
I was up there in competitive.
I know you did, yeah.
There wasn't enough loot there.
There's not. Yeah, there's not.
Between 4 of us.
There's a reason that we see teams taking like every compound in and around the outside of it, because there's just not.
We started sending Headfloor over to the west in Sunken Watertown, and then Valley 8 over to JN.
Yeah. Well, DA drop there at the moment in PEL, and they're all over the place, whereas Vitality were in apartments. I don't know who's going to be there now because they just got knocked out at PELC. But we are 31 versus 31, so we've got 2 players less. Somebody's fell asleep in North America maybe, and they've just evened it up with the CIS. But it is a pretty central point circle, actually dead on kind of Rozhok and just north of it really, which is good for North America.
But not so good, because this is one of the circles that we saw CIS dominate from that plane position, and that was all down to EU and the other games. Decision to rotate a bit later on, but CIS definitely took a stranglehold on the circle last time we saw it, Lee.
Yeah, we're just waiting to see where they're going to go. I mean, George Bob, we talked about this on yesterday, wasn't it? Talking about it, that George Bolt, there's a lot of loot to be had there. It's a big old bloody town.
North George is, I would...
Front six, back six, they're always, everybody goes for them these days. Apartments got buffed, but still nobody goes apartments.
Well, just because it's a nightmare to loot. It's so annoying to loot.
They've removed doors, they've taken everything, they made it quicker, but still people are just stuck in their old ways with front six, back six.
Yeah, and that was the reason historically, I guess, but it's interesting now that people haven't cottoned on with the doors gone, that it's probably a bit easier to loot, but... familiar territory here, North George. Probably actually a bigger loot spot than Yasnaya. I'm not sure if that's actually a proven fact, but I feel like it probably has a denser loot table than Yasnaya, just due to the buildings, or the type of buildings at least.
Production has just supplied a drinks table for us. Just to
it's being labeled.
It is labeled drinks
as well.
just to stop me throwing anything more on the floor.
You watch it now. When I'm walking past, I'll knock the whole table.
Someone's going to knock the table, and it's going to land on people in the bar.
Yep.
It's like, they'll be like, what the hell? Oh yeah, so we now have a drinks table, but there we go. Some valid input. Drenis up on the roofs. That's a drop I don't think you plan to make.
No, that's the hospital where we saw an interesting game in the...
Oh, yeah, Rumblers
that was a good
fighting
game
off Singularity and Atletico in the hospital. See, it's so rare that you get those sort of 4v4 fights in a hospital.
Inside, yeah.
Yeah, inside the hospital, in the halls of the hospital.
It was Atletico that came all the way from the horseshoe, right? And the three hangars, so they managed to come all the way over the hill.
They fought off Helia Brothers.
I think it was because Rumblers were prioritizing Singularity, because they didn't want anyone to breach like the wall of hospital, and they put all 4 members of Rumblers on that one side, which Atletico just walked into the ground floor of hospital on the east.
But it's a move that effectively lost them a game, because if they had the hill that Ghost won from, they were on the hill first. They could have stopped Ghost getting up that hill, and they certainly had an angle on them in the ditch.
Yeah.
But obviously felt that they had to deal with a threat in hospital first, other than Ghost. So it's one of those calls, and that's probably why Atletico were so annoyed with themselves, because they probably thought we could have won that game. There was a couple of points where you think they finished like 3rd or 4th, but they could have won it. But it's North America versus CIS here. The red zone is on North America.
Red zone avoiding CIS again.
Oh no, they've got a BRDM. Oh man, you've called one in. Okay. Erangel and BRDMs found themselves a flare gun. So this is down in where was that? Was that down in Pachinki, or was that? Oh no, that's Gap.
No, it was South George.
Yeah. So we'll see what effect that has. America has decided to stick around Rozhok and school apps and stuff like that. They've decided to use that as the center point, which to me, I feel this might swing north.
Well, this is one of the difficult ones because of that river, and obviously it's got the two masses of water on either side of it. Obviously the east side over way.
Who gets it? Mark 14, DP gets it.
I was thinking about
and he got the helmet.
Bike.
And he got the helmet as well, and the vest. Hello, a minute. All right, that's some generous looting.
That's some. So in NA we call that moody looting.
Moody looting.
As soon as he's in contact with the crate, everything's gone already. Yeah.
Hoovers it up. So, okay, CIS are choosing to go the northern side. It looks like America are trying to edge this off. And we would ordinarily say a 2-2 split, but I guess it's a 16-16 split.
Yeah, a bit more bold, but CIS pretty much taking the same position they did in a similar circle last time.
Yeah.
Problem right now for NA is we've got, what, 6 or 7 NA players still down on Sosnovka, so they've got a long way to come. It looks like the rest of NA are just kind of, I guess, gravitating towards Rozhok. Some of them have head north of the river already. We can see Yaxley over the top there. But we still do have 7 or 8 still down in Pachinki as well. Is that the second red zone that's gone over Pachinki in a space of 90 seconds?
Yeah, onto the Americans again. It's, yeah. Bombing in America, what can I say? But luckily for it's another one. That's the third one. It's but it's just Purdy Curry that's there as well. It's just like really. It's just Purdy Curry. Cat's actually coming in maybe to pick him up. I don't know. Possibly coming in the vehicle to try and help him out. But yeah, there you go. Yep. Oh, red zone dropped on him. So Cat doing the job, picking up Purdy Curry. They're going to get themselves out of there.
We've already got some shots being flung over actually north of Rossock River. Yeah, there you go. Roth actually getting shut down with an M24 headshot. So things already kicking off at the same spot we saw the first fight break out for CIS when that flat top got crashed. But looks like NA have opted to come towards the 3-story here just on the north side of the river. We've got pretty big numbers up here, and actually CIS already trying to reinforce this fight.
Some long-range shots, that's for sure, moving over. But you can see there is someone up close there for CIS that was chose to go a little closer. D's and Co up here. CIS are all pouring this way, as are NA. So pretty equal numbers at the moment. As you mentioned, this flat top, it's a very strong compound. Has a decent range, but there is a lot of trees in between. Yeah. Actually, I don't know whether is Poonage backing away from this one. No, they're actually going to keep it. Get the vehicles inside there, boys. There you go. You can see Matthew trying to do that.
There's a big thing because there's that flat top compound we saw Poonage at, and there's also the one that we obviously see Mumino and I guess the rest of CIS up here. This is the other flat top compound that has a high ground. So this entire hill here, and you can see where NA are in the background.
This is where we saw Europe trying to get to first, right? And they ended up dying and then continue to die.
Yes. And that was where I fell apart because I'm pretty sure the same two players just sent it there early in the first circle and tried to
secure that compound, and it just didn't work out for them. It's Supernova and Little Prodigy, the guilty party for the last game.
In the back line. He's not in the front line this time.
So they can't get blamed this time around for bad calls, as it was made. But we'll see how this works out. If this takes a southern shift, by the way, it's going to be problematic. I see that CIS have kind of headed it off with they've gone with the yellows at Ruins, right? They're covering off. iZoom's got himself a BIDM as well and can't get it up the hill. Yeah, it's not very fast. I think so, because iZoom wasn't in the first one. Or maybe it's the same one.
Was it Mans? Yeah, it was Mans that picked it up, so I guess that's the same one.
Just switched out, yeah. He just can't get it up the hill. Okay, it is a northern shift with the circle, so it's what we expected. You could see it going north, and that's actually favourable to the CIS at the moment because they have that hillside compound. And now you can see they're covering off the entire ridge line from shooting range onwards. If they get the shooting range hill, well, it looks like Greg's heading towards right now. That entire hill, which NIP used to hold all the time, actually, if I remember rightly. That entire ridge line, effectively, they can put numbers on it. America's actually trying to move and get it. They're trying to get ahead of them, get crossroads, and get around to the shooting range, it seems. But Greg is there first. He's in shooting range at the. I think he's at the shelter point, isn't he, by shooting range?
I think he's gone all the way into the yellow house in shooting range. Yeah. But this is a big migration from NA. They're Purdy Curry obviously leading them to the Lazarus compound.
Everybody in vehicles, though. This is good. So it's not a foot run. It's not a foot race.
The Lazarus hangar.
This is the Lazarus hangar. So they're just, they're going to sit around here and see and hope that it goes this way. Maybe cut off a little bit of Severny. You can see they've got crossroads.
They've dropped like 6 people at crossroads.
So they're trying to see if they can hold it.
This is a better setup, though.
More organised.
What we saw previously.
That's for sure. More organised than the client, it seems. Uncivil, that's a bold move.
Yeah.
He's gone for the little bunker there, yeah.
That is bold. Especially with CIS still maintaining control of all that high ground as well. He's not going to be able to do much from there because there's no CIS players to the north.
They're trying to wrap around. This is very European-esque right now. They're trying to wrap around on the coastal road. CIS have been in this position. They've held a really nice line before. They're actually, look at CIS. They've gone for a full half split. One side on the ridge line, the shooting range with the flat top we saw. The other half's gone the other left-hand side. They've really edged it with an east-west split. And this could pay out dividends. Even whichever way it goes, they're going to have numbers in place.
Yeah, I want to see some more CIS reinforcements down to Greg. Actually, we do see Poonage coming straight towards shooting range. This is a bold move for Poonage.
So he's
gone into the bunker.
Yeah, he's got to the bunker. Greg's going to have to get out of there.
Is he going to pull away? They can't give up shooting range, surely. Stand in. Yaxley's also coming in now, as we can see on the minimap as well. There are some NA numbers on the hill to the north, so I don't think CIS can even reinforce this right now.
They've just backed away and then the edge, so it does kind of give up shooting range. I don't think I'd want to see anyone going in shooting range, though. And Silvers finds Padua. That's going to be the SKS and doing some work. Or was that an SLR? I didn't quite see what it is.
SLR
it's a decent range.
Yeah.
Decent range at the side. They're on the hillside in the distance there. So where's the circle going to go? It's actually ended up being a pretty decent slice between NA and CIS here. NA have managed to mobilize pretty well.
The thing is, the CIS, again, we see this sort of line. It's almost like you were describing it the other day.
But they've not committed, though, with NA, because they've stuck with the hill, right? They haven't committed too deep, whereas if you think of how CIS played against Europe, and I can see Batulin and Example are in the same place. Ex-teammates of M19 that won Season 2, by the way, have gone for that northern position once again on the coastal road, which cut off Europe last time. And but this time America haven't tried to force that position. They haven't gone for it. They're sticking around Severny, as you say. They got the warehouse at the back there, but they're starting to realise this is probably not a position. Although CNX team and Compot, they're trying to creep around the back maybe. They're just holding the south angle. That's actually pretty decent for both teams.
Yeah,
NA holding that hill, that could be pretty good for them. But okay, that's a good cutoff. Horizon, is it, that's on the top there? It's gone for the cutoff on the coastal, the cliffs. That's a problem. NA are blasting. Oh no, Manny.
They're about to crash.
Manny, this is not going to go well. Dietrich's okay. Manny will be one that goes down. Matthew, sorry. Example will take him off. And everybody's going to try and get out of that. Yaxley, Dietrich do not engage here. They already have that compound. And you can see everybody just going to back away. Only lost the one. That's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad. It's unfortunate to be Matthew, but that's one of the bigger, I guess, the bigger fraggers on NA. So that's a shame to see. But it looks like NA are going to fall back all the way back to the that's the two-story Valk compound.
Oh, Punic tried to get, and he's just been nailed. So he's gone back into the shelter. I think he was outstanding the corner there. I'm still looking at X-Team and Compot trying to get the flank around. CIS are almost trying to get the wraparound on NA here. But NA numbers very much stacked on that hill now. This hill here where Purdy Curdy is, if it was to pan around the camera, you'll just see, you can see on the minimap, there's just everybody here. This is all NA territory. The United States flag of Canada has been planted.
United States of Canada.
That's pretty much what it is. But yeah, look at this. Uncivil spotted him. Uncivil spotted him back here. So Compot and X-Team trying to be the little backdoor snipers. They're just making sure they don't get flanked. Uncivil's very much on his own on that hill as well.
Yeah, he's the one that came away from bunker. It's like he's foot pushed all the way up. He's going to try and shut these guys down at the yellow, just south of Crossroads, sorry. It looks like he's trying to get some angles here, but I'm not sure what it's worth because he hasn't got a vehicle out here.
They're using the ridgeline well. That was a good headshot landed on him. So still holding the crossroad. It's Victor and Trigger that's at the crossroad.
This is much better formation.
This is the proper game. It's the proper game we got going on here. I mean, it is obviously NA literally fighting for their tournament lives. They lose this one, they're out, and the CIS will move through to the grand finals, and that will be a best of 9.
Oh, no, that was elsewhere. That was elsewhere.
I thought he took him off the back of that. That would have been sexy, but instead it was Uncivil. I don't know whether you can call him sexy or not. Oh, there's been a crate at the back there. So, Purdy Goody's been found. So that's... Oh,
Prodigy things. Prodigy doing Prodigy
He's trying to get Horizon. Because he got the down on Horizon. And this actually could be a big play. This could be a big play. If you can get that nade in there, he's just trying to get past the rock. If you can get that nade, that's going to be a possible double, and he could take the cliff edge. He sees Horizon, goes for the shot, realizes it's too risky. The nade to the side. That's really nice nade. Yeah, goes straight on, forces him down the hill, and gets him. What a nade from Little Prodigy. Forces him out there. Gets the knock again. Greg, though, is still alive, and that was the man he really needed to flush away from it.
And now Greg's in a really sticky situation right now because the rest of the CIS are kind of reinforcing on this north coastal line, way far away.
That could work out for NA. NA are sticking on this hill, so the circle is shrunk. The hillside that NA hold is in, but it's still very much on the edge. They're starting to land a couple of knocks. Little Prodigy making the push. He's got covered off. Trash is not there. Greg's going to try and make his way up the hill. He's backing off. Could have maybe just put paint to the vehicles and kept them there, but instead there's obviously been a call that's like, it's too dangerous. Yeah, that's it. Look at this call. NA have decided to rope around. They're going shooting range, and they're going to go try south side of shooting range as well. You can see Adam and Punic trying to get around there. This is a good play from NA. They realize that they are getting kind of pigeonholed effectively on that hill. Too many people stacked on there, so I'm trying to get a little southern influence to try and get themselves a little more on that circle as Uncivil goes off.
I'd love to see NA send a team all the way out to the south to kind of take control of this hill over by plane crash, because right now, Ashik actually putting Prod down. Ashik
4 people in a car.
Ashik is sick of Prodigy's solo plays, and he's put him down.
Well, I mean, he was solo on that cliff, and he's just like, what are you doing over there? But this car, I tell you, that's 4 people in a smoking car. That was a little risky there, but I'll look at CIS's reactions. That is nice. CIS, seeing what's happened, what's happened, look, Prodigy, he's getting revived. Someone's coming over to help him. But look at CIS. They have completely mobilized and cut off NA's push on the south.
Yeah, CIS have come all the way back up to... oh, we've got some team kills going down now. But actually, NA answering with 2 knocks.
Adam, oh no, he got killed as finished as well by iZoom. He got down by his teammate and then finished. Not going to be too happy. You don't want to be taking your pro players out like that. But Trash got down. Can they finish him off? He's getting revived at the moment because Soup's going to try and get the nade range and finish and maybe even pick up the double. Compot's in trouble. Is the nade coming towards him? It looked like it was. The IDM's down there. There's a great nade from Soup. It catches him out. Cherry Poppins leading the charge, and that is a good flank. They need this to work. You can see X-Team, Kofos, the pros are up there for the CIS. You can see that's going to be Makato's squad that's trying to cut them off, but Cherry Poppins and Co are moving, and that fight in the north could be vital to North America's success. If they can't make it stick, then it will be a lost game.
It's going to kick off. Look at the mini-map here. They've all swung around to the south side of the circle.
Cherry Poppins' secret's been found out. You can see they're making the flank, but Rock's going down, gets himself a quick double. Prodigy's back on his feet, and he gets Test straight down. That works out well, but the nades come out from the CIS, and that put Pate to the Americans' charge.
There's another nade coming in as well. Soup going to get shut down by Hobbits there. LATAM Mystery trying to reinforce, but actually they're not even close enough to get a good nade off.
No, Hobbits has done some great work, but Purdy Curdy will put Pate to that. But numbers-wise, you've got to feel that CIS came out on top there. There is a good response. Hobbits is going to be finished off, and Civils, meanwhile, is getting circled down. So still, in terms of numbers, look at NA. They've actually pumped through the shooting range now. Because CIS, they almost overcommitted the resources on the south. Reading this as a big NA push, they have got probably about...
CIS have sent everyone.
There's at least 15 people down
Look
here,
at it.
at least. And you can see that's almost overcommitted, and NA are kind of overrunning them in the center with the circle shift. CIS need to move. They need to get back up to the north.
Well, actually, this fight is about to kick off over on the west side of the shooting range.
They've overrun the BRDM.
Yeah.
They've wiped out the BRDM crew.
There's somebody in it.
Woohoo, we got a BRDM. There is somebody in it. He gets inside. It's not much yet. He's sharing it. There's no helmet. And we have iZoom driving Supernova away. He's going into...
He needs to get out.
He's going into the back lines. Where are you going to go?
He's
But look at the kill feed. Look at the kill feed. This is all going North America's way.
Is he... Supernova can't get out of the vehicle now. They're just going to blow it up. He's stuck in there.
Well, I mean, Deez is coming. iZoom's like, I've got
something for you. I've got something for you.
I've got a passenger.
Can you still do the thing with the pan in a vehicle where you can hit somebody with a pan?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, obviously with the new patch, this is going to get locked. This vehicle will if someone's in it. But honestly, while this is happening, North America kind of took a good amount of ground in the shooting range area and really pushed through. The southern approach is now getting reinforced because the guys that are every massive fight down south is all sort of swamping back round. Still, numbers advantage is with the CIS, but only just.
And well, actually, this is one of the closest ones we've seen coming into Phase 5 for CIS, because usually by now they're up by 8 or 9 if we see it even make it this far. But I mean, so far, I'm impressed with NA's ability to kind of count. Well, actually, we've got men behind enemy lines here.
That's a bit too deep a push by D-Rich. I feel he's gone a little too close.